Welcome back to What's Kate Cooking. Today I made this delicious omelet. I'm sure it's going to be delicious using leftover steak from the meal I made last night. Added some cheddar cheese, topped it with salsa. Pretty simple. Let's see how you can use your leftover steak to make a yummy omelet for yourself. The egg rolled right off of the counter. We've got our 2 eggs scrambled with salt and pepper. And we do have our pan here with some melted butter. Just going to get that to coat the pan there. And this is real butter. I use real butter. I just want to make that clear. I don't use any of that fake crap. And this burner is on. Pan was preheated at a 3 heat. We're gonna let that omelet cook while we go ahead and get the steak ready. So this was left over from my T-bone steak yesterday. So essentially going to just pull this apart. Yum, lovely and tender already, just pulling right off that bone. Some of that's still red, that's okay. So the rest of this I'm gonna actually probably just cut off. Don't want any of that fat in there. That's pretty much all I care to get off of that bone. I think the rest is kind of gristle and fat. And with the pieces in here, I'm gonna pull, again, still just fat. Don't want that in my omelet. And this is on a 4.5 heat. And you can see those parts that were pretty rare are already cooked, mostly. And this is already done, so I'm actually going to go ahead and just turn that off. Pretty simple to reheat that leftover steak. I'm going to go ahead and put the cheese here. I think it'll melt up pretty good. I will be topping my omelet with my homemade salsa. And honestly, that was way more butter than I intended to put in there with that steak, so oh well. I just want to show, like, there is a ton of grease. I know some of that's butter, and then just from the cheese too. I did think about adding more cheese to my meat here, but I'm gonna add more cheese once the omelet is finished. But I do have some crisp pieces there. Crisp pieces of cheese there. There we go, we can see that, yum. And I'm gonna remove this from the heat now. And again, my omelets do take longer to create because I am so picky. I don't want any brown. I don't want my omelet brown. I don't like my eggs brown. Not only can I smell that, obviously I can taste it, and I don't like it. So I cook them on a lower heat. I cook them for a longer time, all in an effort to avoid that. And you'll see some of the omelets I've made have it and I just suck it up and eat it, but definitely not what I prefer. And this probably isn't ready, but tired and I want to eat. Well, and honestly, it's just convenient for me to eat now. And again, we'll flip it here in just a second so the raw egg there will cook. And really just trying to get, like, there is some raw egg still there, so just trying to get that to cook. And it really takes just a few seconds to get that cooked. And then of course, as it's as it remains on the burner, it will continue to cook. All right, so that should be okay. Let's load it. Yum. And adding a bit more cheese. And we'll fold that. Here we have that omelet, leftover steak, cheddar cheese, 2 eggs, and that isn't what I wanted, but that's okay. And some salsa. So yum. And if we're wondering what's Kate cooking for dinner, I hope nothing. Probably nothing. I'm tired and who knows what I'm going to do for dinner, but let's see.